Hello everyone, my name is Lalit Soni and you are watching Indepth by Drishti IAS. In this video, we'll be talking about the Indus Valley Civilization. It has been 100 years since it was first discovered. Yes, that was the date, 20th of September 1924, when this civilization was discovered, or you can say it was officially made discovered. And since then, there has been 100 years and still there are various mysteries which still stays. So in this video, we'll be talking about the various aspects of the civilization, and in the end, we will be seeing what are the mysteries which are still persist. So let's start with the discussion. We'll be talking about the news first, and then we'll be moving to the further different discussions. We will be starting with the discovery. We'll talk about when it was discovered, who discovered it. Then we'll be talking about the geographical extent of this particular civilization. We will be seeing in which areas it has its expanse. Then we'll be talking about various features of this civilization. Okay, we'll be talking about various features, and then we'll be talking about the significance. That significance can be historical. Then we'll be talking about the cultural significance, etc. And in the end, we'll be seeing that what is the enigma which is still there. When we are talking about this particular civilization, after 100 years, there are still certain mysteries which are still there. So we'll be talking about that. And in the end, there will be a MCQ for your practice. Okay. So let's start with the discussion. So the news is that September 20th, 2024 marks the centenary of the announcement of discovery of the Indus Valley Civilization. So it was 20th September in 1924 when John Marshall has actually gone for the announcement, official announcement of the Indus Valley Civilization. Here you can say civilization of the Indus Valley was officially announced on 20th September 1924. So we are right now celebrating 100 years of this civilization. Okay. Now let's move further. Before moving further, I would like to tell you that all those people who are preparing for the UPSC examinations, so at our centers at Indore, Prayagraj, Jaipur, Karol Bagh, Lucknow, we are commencing this GS Foundation course for prelims as well as mains. It will be in the offline mode. So if you are interested, you can directly visit the center, or you can call on this number, that is 8010440440. So for any kind of information or any kind of inquiry, you can call on this number. Again, the number is 8010440440. All these, when we are talking about this course, that is GS Foundation course, that is available at all our centers, that is Indore, Prayagraj, Jaipur, Karol Bagh and Lucknow. The respective dates and the times are given in the slides. You can take a note of that and you can directly go or go to the center or call on this particular number. Now let's move further and start our discussion. Let's talk about the discovery of Indus Valley Civilization. So as I told you, John Marshall was the first person who has actually officially announced that there was this civilization which has been excavated, and he has given the name, that is Indus Valley Civilization. Now it was quite obvious because it is on the banks of the Indus where it was discovered. Here you can see the official announcement was made in 1924 by the John Marshall. He was the Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India back then. Okay. Then if we move forward, we will be seeing that this is the announcement which he made, but who was behind the discovery? Here you will be saying Dayaram Sahani. Dayaram Sahani was the first person who has actually excavated the sites of Harappa in 1921 and 22. Afterwards, there was another site, that is Mohenjo-daro, which was discovered in 1922 by R.D. Banerjee, Rakhal Das Banerjee. Now these two people who has actually came up with the excavation, now they were called by the, you can say, John Marshall in Shimla. And in Shimla, they presented their findings over there, and John Marshall realized that both the different places which are nearly 650 kilometers away from each other, that is 640 kilometers or 650 kilometers away from each other, Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, they are having quite a similar kind of artifacts which are presented over there. Now he has made a theory out of it, and he said that this is the Indus Valley Civilization which was excavated over there. The Bronze Age civilization is called the Harappan Civilization, named after Harappa, now in Pakistan, which was the first site to be discovered in this particular area. Now, again for your information, I am telling you that Harappa was discovered by Dayaram Sahani. Okay, and then Mohenjo-daro was discovered by R.D. Banerjee. So Please remember these names, that can be important. Okay, so first city which was discovered, that was Harappa. Now moving further, when we are talking about the discoveries, here names are mentioned. Dayaram Sahni, Harappa excavation 1921-22, and seals, potteries and beads were found in that particular area. Then moving further, Rakhaldas Banerjee in 1922, he discovered Mohenjo-daro. There he, when John Marshall seen the, you can say, discoveries over there, he finds that there are similar artifacts which has been found from that particular area. Then in 1924, he recognized the connection between the two and give the name Indus Valley Civilization in 1924. This was the paper which was published over here. You can say the first light on the long forgotten civilization, new discoveries of an unknown prehistoric past in India. So this was something which was published in the name of John Marshall, though the discovery was made by R.D. Banerjee and you can say Dayaram Sahni. Okay, let's move further. Now we'll be talking about the, here you can see these are the, you can say, prominent personalities which were associated with the Indus Valley Civilization. Alexander Cunningham, if we talk about, he was the founder of ASI, okay, Archaeological Survey of India. Then here you can say Dayaram Sahni, he was the person who has discovered Harappa. Here R.D. Banerjee, he was the person who has discovered the Mohenjo-daro, and in the end here you can see he is the John Marshall who has actually found the connection between the two different areas, and then he has come up with the idea of Indus Valley Civilization. Now moving further, we will be seeing the geographical extent. On this particular map you will be seeing that this is the area which is basically your, you can say, in the area of Indus Valley Civilization. Okay, here the prominent rivers are basically the Indus River or the tributaries of the Indus River. It is said that most of the time you will see that the Indus and the Saraswati were the river on which this civilization was actually, you can say, flourishing. So after some time it was actually believed that the Saraswati got dried up, and now we have only Indus in this particular area. Okay, now if you look at the extent of this, you will be seeing that some parts of Afghanistan, Pakistan and India are basically covered in that. Most of the thing, if you see, there are nearly you can say nearly 2000 sites are there, out of which 500 sites are in Pakistan, 1500 sites are in India, and few of them are in, you can say, Afghanistan. Okay, if you look at the extent here, you can see the civilization's roots can be traced to Mehergarh in Balochistan, Pakistan, around 7000 BCE. Okay, so you can say this is as old as nearly you can say 9000 old civilization we have, 9005. Okay, moving further, India, Pakistan and Afghanistan were the area where this expanse is there, which you can see. This is India over here. Now these areas are of Pakistan, and here if we see, this is areas of some areas of Afghanistan. Okay, if we talk about the major cities, Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Ganeriwala, Rakhigarhi and Dholavira, these are some prominent cities, or you can say urban centers which were there. Out of these 5 cities here, these 3 are in Pakistan. Mohenjo-daro, Harappa and Ganeriwala, these are in Pakistan, and when you look at the Rakhigarhi and Dholavira, these are there in India. Okay, other than that also there are various prominent centers. Okay, now here you can say thrived along the rivers like Indus and Saraswati. As I told you, Saraswati was believed to actually dried up later. And Daimabad, this is a center which was there. Here you can say over here, this is Daimabad. Now Daimabad is considered as the southernmost point of the Indus Valley Civilization. Okay, so this is southernmost point, site of the Indus Valley Civilization on the Godavari River. Okay, please remember that this is an important fact for you. Okay, other than that, here you can say when we look at the various names over here, so you will be finding that there is Dholavira, there is Surkotla, okay, there is Lothal. These are certain important points. Okay, then we have Rakhigarhi over here. Okay, Banavali is there, Kalibangan is there, Harappa. Other than that, here if you talk about, here we have Mohenjo-daro, Kot-Diji, Chanhu-daro, okay, so Amri, etc. These are some prominent areas which are important for your examinations. Okay, so I hope you should go through this particular map, because there has been incidences where UPSC has asked about the various sites. Okay, now moving further, we will be talking about the key features. You know that most of the time it was evident in the NCRTs, etc., and even in other textbooks that this was a well-planned civilization. Okay, they had the knowledge of metallurgy, they had the knowledge of bricks, etc. They have the, you know, architectural knowledge. Okay, so here you can say there was this urban planning which is witnessed in this particular civilization. Here you can see, if you look at this particular picture, you will be finding that there was a town planning. Okay, this is the Great Bath, and then there is the town surrounding this, and over there we have citadel. Okay, so you can say the Harappan civilization was renowned for its advanced urban planning, with cities like Mohenjo-daro, Harappa featuring well-planned streets, drainage systems and granaries. Okay, we had the big granaries over there, we had the great bath, etc. Okay, if you look at the infrastructure, so you will be finding that there are massive fortifications. Okay, if you look at this particular area, Citadel, it is on the top of the, you can say, top part of the village. Near, you can say, in the lower part, there is this, you can say, for the normal people, this was there, and then there was this Citadel, which was there for the, you can say, people who had the prominent place in the society. So here you can see there was a divide in the society that was existing at that point of time, or you can say there was this hierarchy which was persisting at that point of time as well. Then moving further, you will be seeing there are various granaries which were there, there were reservoirs. Okay, so you can see that there are engineering skills which were put to use at that point of time. Moving further, technology, as I told you, they had the knowledge about the metallurgy. Okay, they had the, when we talk about the bronze civilization, that is because we found the traces of bronze and copper at that point of time. Okay, they were proficient in the metalworking, particularly bronze and copper, and crafted exquisite pottery, seals and beads. Okay, there were various beads factories in Lothal that was also found over there. Okay, moving further, there was a writing system. When we talk about the script, there was a script that is not yet deciphered, but they do have their own script. Okay, so we can say that they are very learned kind of person, and they had the engineering skills, they had the urban planning in their mind. Okay, moving further, phases of Harappan civilization, if you talk about, so there was 3 phases in which it is divided. That one is early phase, that is 3200 to 2600 BC, and after that there was this mature period, that is 2600 to 1900 BC. This is the time period when you will be seeing that urbanization was at its peak. Okay, so urban center developed in this particular time. Okay, moving further, later phase 1900 to 1500 BC, that was characterized by the decline and eventual you can say collapse. When we talk about the collapse, what were the reasons, etc., that is still a mystery, because there are various theories. When one is saying that there was this droughts, one is saying that there was this external aggression which was there. Okay, so all these theories are there. So still, this is the phase when this particular civilization declined. Moving further, significance in the history, if you look at, so there was this gap in the Indian history. After Stone Age, we directly had the stupas, which was considered as the archaeological feature, that is stupas, that is related to Buddhism. Okay, that was related to Buddhism. So there was this particular gap. After Stone Age, we did not have any significant you can say monuments or any kind of archaeological sites. So here you can see historical Vincent Smith even remarked that India seemed to leap from Stone Age to Buddhist stupas. Okay, so he said that we directly jump from Stone Age to Buddhist stupas. The gap is there between the history. Okay, now here you can see the discovery of the Harappan civilization pushed back the timeline of settled life by 3000 years. Okay, now here they have seen that there is this gap which has been filled by the history of these 3000 years. Okay, so that is why it is significant in the history, because we got to know about the civilization we actually had in our country. Okay, moving further, it stands alongside the ancient civilizations of Egypt and Mesopotamia. Now at that point of time, at that particular, you can say there was this contemporary civilization which were there in the Egypt and Mesopotamia, and we had some kind of trade relations with them as well. Okay, moving further, here you will be seeing the social and the cultural aspect. When we talk about the societal structure, as I told you, most likely there was a divide between the society and there was a hierarchy between the society, because we have seen that when the town planning was there, so there was this lower part of the village and then there was this citadel which is over here. Okay, so that means that there was some kind of hierarchy in the social structure. Okay, with evidence of the social differentiation based on the artifacts and the burials. Other than that, this particular thing, when we see in the, you can say, architecture of the time, other than that, there are certain things which suggest that there was this hierarchy, because there are burial sites wherein you will be seeing that in some burial sites there are other you can say certain artifacts and certain pots, etc., which was buried with the person. Okay, there was sites where we will see the graves of a couple. Then you will be seeing that there are particular sites wherein you will be seeing mass burial. Okay, so these are the features which were there, which suggest that there was this hierarchy in the social structure. Religious belief, if we talk about, so they did not have a particular religious you can say belief, or you can say that religious belief is still unclear to us. Okay, but there are certain evidences which were there, because of which we can say that they used to have some kind of beliefs. Okay, so there are these seals. When we talk about seals, like Pashupati seals is there, unicorn seals is there. Okay, other than that, other artifacts are there, like mother goddess is there. Okay, considering all these things, we can say that there was some kind of ritual, there are some kind of belief which was practicing at that point of time. So they had a complex belief system which is yet unknown to us. Okay, moving further, trade and commerce, as I told you, there was this contemporary civilizations, Mesopotamian civilization, Persian Gulf, etc. So we can say that we had a trade relations with them as well, because there are certain things which were not found in India, and we have found that those artifacts in this particular area. Okay, then standardized measures were there. So if we talk about the measures, or the you can say cubical structure, we have found over there, including the cubic weights, and they are made of chert. Okay, moving further, large scale use of burnt bricks, that is there, and they used a particular ratio in which they actually formed the bricks, so that there is a particular, or you can say very efficient joint which can be built. Okay, so these are the social and the cultural aspect which are there. Here you can say certain artifacts are there. This is the Pashupati seals, this is very famous. This is unicorn seal. This is the dancing girl. Dancing girl, that is a bronze sculpture is there. Okay, so we can say that they have used the lost wax technique. Okay, this is mother goddess, and this is the sculpture of a priest. Okay, so this is about the social and the cultural aspects. Now, what are the mysteries which we are talking about? After 100 years, we still have the mysteries. What are these mysteries? So here you can see there are reasons when we look at the, you can say, decline of the civilization. So we do not know what has led to the decline of the civilization. There are various theories, like there was this prolonged drought, river course changes, and the external invasions were there. So all these theories are there, but we do not know what actually happened at that point of time. Then when we talk about the extensive research which is going on in this particular field, still we do not know what was the language. We do not know what kind of script they used. We have the evidence of the script, but we could not decipher it yet. Okay, and other than that, we are still very you can say unclear about the religious practice which they has used. We did not know, or we do not know much about the religious life or the social life of these people. Okay, so all these mysteries are still there, and that is why we are saying that after 100 years of the exploration, the enigma is still persisting. Okay, so that is about the Indus Valley civilization. What are the social, cultural, historical aspects related to it, and what kind of mysteries it holds. Okay, in the end, we'll be seeing this MCQ for your practice. That is, which archaeologist first excavated the site of Harappa in 1921-22? R.S. Bisht, Dayaram Sahani, Ivatham Mahadevan, Rakhal Das Banerjee. Okay, so you can attempt this question and answer in the comment box. With that, I would like to take your leave. I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, have a good day. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.